Will FIFA 22 be coming next gen to PC, or are they going to do the PC fan base dirty? Yo guys, what's going on? Yorkie here, and welcome back to another video on the channel where today we're going to be talking about FIFA 22 coming next gen to PC and whether they're going to do the PC player base a little bit dirty. They have recently released some news on Madden, so we're kind of going off that. We are kind of going off what they've done to Madden and predicting will that be the same for FIFA 22 this year. But if you are new around here, first of all, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K. In fact, maybe we'll be there very soon with the help of you people right there at home. Hit subscribe. If you do go on to like the video, hit like. Also, let me know what your opinion is. If you are a PC player, are you worried? Are you shocked? Will you be surprised if we don't get next gen on PC? So what led me to believe this was finding out that Madden 22 will not be next gen on PC. Now, this is how the story rolled out to me to start with. Madden 22 did a bit of a deep dive where they're looking to improve loads of franchise stuff. You know, if you're a career mode guy on FIFA, they did the same with franchise on Madden. They were all fuming and frustrated with the community on last year's game, so they pushed and pushed and pushed, and it looks like this year they're going to get some major improvements, but you won't get to see them or play them if you're on PC, because interestingly, they're focusing on the Xbox Series X and on the PlayStation 5, which is fine, I understand that, but the fact that these games are built on a PC and they're not going to be next gen on PC is really strange. I'm not sure what the player base is for Madden on PC, I have to be honest. There are mods out there and I feel like the player base is growing and would certainly grow even more if you could play next gen on PC. Without a doubt, it would definitely grow even more. So what happened with Madden is there was a bit of a backlash, as you would imagine. PC players were frustrated that they weren't going to get it on next gen. Now, if you are a PC player, let's be honest with ourselves. If you are playing on a PC and you've chosen not to get a console over having a PC, it's going to be good enough to play these games next gen. I don't buy this, oh yeah, but not every PC can run it. If you've bought your PC to play League of Legends and Minecraft and blah, 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 then yeah, maybe not, but you've most likely got a console alongside that. I know most PC gamers that play their sports titles on PC have more than a good enough rig to run next gen, so it's a little bit of a loose excuse from EA. Also, not being a developer, I don't actually know how difficult it would be to bring next gen to PC, but it seems since it's built on PC that shouldn't be too difficult. I don't know, again, not a developer, but it just seems a little bit shady. Now, when the backlash came out and a few people were like, I cannot believe this is not going to be next gen on PC, EA then did come out with a statement that they're focusing on the Series X and the PlayStation 5, but eventually they will update the PC version, which I think is just really piss poor, but that's what they said. They said eventually they will update the PC version. Now, knowing that EA have done this with Madden, although there's a little bit of a longer time scale for FIFA, not that much longer, we're aiming for, I'm assuming, the end of September as per usual. Will FIFA 22 be next gen on PC? And that's my biggest worry, being a content creator that uses his PC to record the content on the channel, which if you haven't checked out, go check it out. Some great career mode stuff. We're going to be doing a load of building up now to FIFA 22 as well along the way, and I'm excited to bring that content to you. But this is just a worry that I have because this is where we do our content. This is where we record our content on the PC. Do I now need to go out and buy a capture card and an Xbox and all those expensive just purely for EA's laziness? It does come across as if they don't care about the player base on PC. That's exactly how it comes across from EA. Now, the weird thing is I know that a lot of my mates now play FIFA on PC. We have a pro clubs team. Well, they do. I can't go online anymore for the mods that I use because FIFA career mode's not the greatest at the moment, but we're hoping it's going to improve as years go on. I really am. I've got a lot of faith that Pez is going to start pushing FIFA a little bit harder because Pez this year was very good, and they're going to a new engine next year, and hopefully that'll push FIFA a little bit more. But yes, of course, I am worried that it's not going to be next gen on PC after this move that has been made with Madden 2022 not coming next gen to PC straight away. Seems really ridiculous that you're going to get the PS4 and Xbox One release on PC when the hardware is undoubtedly a million times better hopefully EA learned their lesson from this, and there'll be different groups of creators that are making each of these games, and maybe that has something to play into it. We haven't really had any news of yet from EA about FIFA 22. We know that the beta is out there, which I don't have access to, and I'm a little bit salty about, but we know that the beta is out there, but we don't know too much information on it at the moment. But I'm hoping that EA do not F us over and the PC community will be able to play FIFA 22 next gen. I've always found it a little bit of a slant over the years when 2K do it as well. 2K's version on PC this year of NBA is one of the worst games I've ever played. It's an absolute horrendous buggy mess. In fact, if your game's that bad on PC, don't release it. But I must admit, if you look at last gen FIFA and the PC version this year, PC version's miles above it. Just one for the fact that you can play 60 FPS. But then when you add in the mods that you can use, so on and so forth, it is a million times better. I don't even think there's that much of a difference between the next gen that's out now and FIFA 21 on PC, especially when you can mod it. I think they're very similar. But the fact that we're moving in a new direction and you don't get the upgrade on PC, this would be a rail FU to the fan base. Now, there's a big modding community as well, which I'm hoping they don't screw them over. You've always got to consider that. But at the moment, it doesn't look like EA care too much, which, I mean, shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. And my future of working with EA, Game Changers, or anything like that probably has gone completely out of the window by doing this video. But I'm a little bit angry. They might do the right thing. It might come out next gen on PC, and then this video meant absolutely nothing. But reading this right here, this worries me. This worries me that if Madden isn't going to be next gen on PC, then will FIFA. Now, FIFA's been around on PC for a lot longer. We should note that. And there is definitely a much bigger community around FIFA on PC than there is Madden. I don't know which Madden was the first one on PC. It might have been 18. It might have been 17. It might have been 25. But it's not been on PC as long as FIFA. I remember playing like FIFA 12 on PC. I think we did something on the channel. Don't go back and watch it. It was probably horrendous. So we know that that's been around a lot longer, and there's never been this situation. The last time we upgraded to next gen, you got FIFA straight away. Obviously, you didn't get the upgrade, but you got FIFA straight away on PC next gen. So that's what I'm assuming. It just seems this year that maybe the gap is bigger than it's ever been between next gen and old gen, and actually the consoles did catch up to PC a tiny bit, I guess you could say. A tiny bit, not a lot, a real tiny bit, because if you've got a good rig or any of the new graphics cards or any really of the higher end graphics cards or gear, then they're not the same. But it is a little bit closer than it has been, and maybe that's fed into that, but I find it as a little bit of an excuse. But anyway, boys, I've rambled on long enough. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. We're going to keep covering this over the coming weeks, and I'll give you as much story and feedback as I can to whether we are going to get it next gen on PC for you PC players. Also, if you are just generally a FIFA fan, we do a lot on this channel. We've got the career mode. We're doing player spotlights now, which is good fun. Maybe teams to manage, and maybe some rebuild series coming up. So make sure to subscribe for content like that. I appreciate the support as per usual, lads and lasses. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next episode. Well, hopefully I'm not ranting. I'm having a good time playing the game.